Hi there, it's Lori Maker. Let's get started making this fun card. The first thing you're going to need is the Delicate Layered Flower from Lori Whitlock's SVG shop, and it's also available at the Silhouette online store. You could use any of these flowers for this method, but I think I'm going to use this one. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside for a moment. Now we're going to start by drawing a standard A2 size card base. We're going to just draw a rectangle. We're not going to worry about what size. And we're going to go up to the scale window and uncheck lock aspect ratio. And we're going to make it 4.25 by 5.5. Apply. Okay, now while that is still selected, we're going to right click and duplicate. Now this one we want to change to 3.25 by 5.5. Apply. And what we're going to do, we're going to end up welding these together, and this is going to make a card that is slightly shorter on the front panel. Okay, so right now we're just going to move that aside and work with this. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is work with the flowers. And the first thing we want to do is select them, and I'm going to make these slightly smaller. Then I'm going to right click, ungroup. I'm going to make this one, we need to ungroup one more time. Right click, ungroup. And I'm going to make this one even smaller yet. So this one's 1.17, this one is 1.5, and this one I'm going to delete. Okay, while I have these selected, I'm going to move them right here. I'm going to right click, and I'm going to go to the replicate window, and I'm going to make a row of 4. Okay, then I'm going to start by using the large flowers, and I want to set this card base behind here because I want it to be able to fit in an envelope. So I want to make sure I don't get bigger than this card base. I'm going to start with the large flowers, and I'm just going to kind of randomly set them. I have to use a small one there. And you can just kind of play with it however you like it. Once you get them arranged the way you want, I'm going to move this card base. And now we know we need 4 of these, at least these flowers. I'm going to select that one. Holding the shift key, I'm going to select this flower, this flower, this flower, and this flower. I'm going to right click, and I'm going to duplicate. And set those aside. Now I'm going to select this whole card base with the flowers, right click, and weld. Okay. So now we want to make this card base one complete piece. So I'm going to move that aside over here where we can work with it, and I'm going to grab this one, and I'm going to select both, and I'm going to go up to the alignment window, and I'm going to align top. These two aligned, I'm going to overlap them slightly. And before I weld these together, I know this is where I want my score line to be. So I'm going to grab the line tool and go to the line style window, and we're going to select the perforated one. We're just going to draw a line right there. Okay, now I'm going to select this half of the card, hold my shift key, select this half, right click, and weld. And there's our score line. So now we're going to select the whole thing, right click, and group. So now we have our card base. Now is the fun part. Now we get to fill in our flowers and kind of figure out what we want to do. You could print and cut your colored flowers, or you can just cut them out in colored cardstock. I always think it'd be fun to do a group of, let's go to the fill window. Do a group of orangey yellow, maybe with a little bit of fuchsia thrown in there. So let's just kind of play with it and see what colors we like. And that's going to set on top of there. And this one is, let's throw a fuchsia one in there. And maybe another orange, dark orange. And then we can use these extra flowers. And let's do another fuchsia. We'll probably fill that in about like that. An orange. This one will go somewhere like that. So basically that's how we're going to make our card. Okay, so now that we have an idea of what our card is going to look like, we need to break this up. We're going to, you could cut these out in print and cut. You could just print them and then cut around them. Or what I'm going to do is cut them each in individual similar card stacks. This will be, the card base will be cut out in just white, so I'm going to set that aside and I will cut that later. And then I'm going to arrange these by color. So we have some orange, some medium orange, we have the dark orange, we have, that's yet another color. Actually, I think I'm going to change that to dark orange. And I'm going to change this. So these are going to be my yellows, my pinks, and my oranges. Okay, now you're ready to cut these out and assemble the card. I did emboss the front of my card with an embossing folder and the big shot, and I added just a simple greeting with a tag. And I popped up some of the flowers with foam dot. Thanks for watching!